My beloved soul. Pause for a moment and settle your breath. This message did not find you by accident. It moved toward you because something between you and your soulmate has reached a quiet turning point. You may not feel excitement yet. You may feel calm. Or strangely steady. That is because the shift has already happened inside you before it shows itself outside. There are moments when destiny does not announce itself loudly. It arrives gently. It arrives when your guard is down. It arrives when your heart is no longer chasing, but simply present. You have reached that space now. Your energy has softened. Your expectations have loosened. And because of that, a door has opened. Your soulmate has been feeling this opening without understanding it. They have sensed your absence differently. Not as distance, but as a silence that suddenly feels heavy. They notice your name arriving in their thoughts without effort. They replay moments with you without trying. They feel an urge to check their phone, then stop, then check again. This is not confusion. This is readiness forming. You were chosen to receive this moment because you are no longer forcing connection. You are no longer trying to be seen. Your soul has become still enough to be felt. That is when contact becomes inevitable. There is a subtle pull building right now. A feeling in them that something unfinished must be addressed. A message half written in their mind. A call imagined and delayed. Not because of fear, but because truth carries weight when it is real. They know that once they reach out, something changes. They sense that your response will not be casual. It will be grounding. It will be honest. And it will shift the dynamic forever. That awareness slows them down. But it does not stop them. You may notice small signs around you. Repeated reminders. Dreams that feel more vivid. Moments where your heart feels steady instead of restless. These are not distractions. They are confirmations. You are aligned now. And alignment removes obstacles quietly. The person meant to reach you does not need persuasion. They only need the right internal moment. That moment is approaching. Soon, you will receive something simple. A message that seems ordinary. A check-in that sounds casual. Do not underestimate it. It is a doorway disguised as normalcy. When it arrives, stay present. Do not rush your words. Do not perform. Just respond from where you are now. Grounded. Clear. Open. This is why this message found you. Not to create urgency, but to remind you to remain steady. Because what is coming toward you is real. And it will meet you where you stand. My beloved soul. Stay with this moment and do not rush past it. What is unfolding between you and your soulmate is not dramatic on the surface, but it is deep beneath it. Right now there is a quiet conversation happening that does not use words. It moves through memory, through emotion, through the space where intention forms before action. Your soulmate has reached a point where ignoring this pull is no longer comfortable. They may appear busy on the outside. They may look unchanged to others. But inside them something has softened and something has become serious. They are no longer asking if they should reach out. They are asking when. And that difference matters. Because when the question changes, the outcome becomes inevitable. You were chosen to receive this message because your energy has stabilized. You are no longer reacting to absence with anxiety. You are no longer filling silence with imagination. Your heart has learned how to sit in stillness without collapsing. That strength is being felt. It is drawing your soulmate forward without force. They are noticing that the idea of not speaking to you feels heavier than the risk of speaking. They replay the sound of your voice. The tone. The way you listen. The way you respond without judgment. These memories are not nostalgic. They are instructional. They are reminding them of safety. And safety is what invites truth. You may sense moments where your thoughts drift toward them without emotion attached. No longing. No ache. Just awareness. That is alignment. That is when connection shifts from desire to destiny. In this state, you are not chasing a future. You are allowing it to come to you. And because of that, what approaches you is more honest than anything you have experienced before. Your soulmate is preparing themselves internally. They are rehearsing what to say and then letting it go. They are questioning whether they should explain the past or simply show up differently now. They are becoming aware that excuses no longer fit. That avoidance no longer protects them. Something inside them wants to be seen clearly by you. Not admired. Not forgiven. Seen. That urge is strong. It does not fade. It grows. You might notice subtle changes in your own rhythm. Sleeping differently. Breathing more deeply. Feeling less urgency about answers. These are signs that your nervous system is no longer bracing for disappointment. It is open. And openness invites arrival. The message you will receive may not say everything. It may even feel understated. But behind it is a decision that took time to make. When it comes, your role is not to analyze it. Your role is to remain as you are now. Calm. Present. Grounded. Let them feel that they have arrived somewhere real. There is a reason this message found you now and not earlier. Before, your heart was still learning how to be steady without reassurance. Now it knows. That knowledge changes the tone of every interaction that follows. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to meet truth with truth. And your soulmate senses that. They sense that if they reach out now, they will not be met with chaos or expectation. They will be met with clarity. That is why this moment is close. Very close. There is nothing you need to do to speed it up. There is nothing you need to say to invite it. Just remain where you are. Let your energy speak. Because it already is done, my beloved soul. Remain here with this awareness and let it deepen. What is moving toward you is not rushing because it does not need to. It is guided by recognition, not impulse. Your soulmate is becoming aware of something very specific. They realize that the connection they feel with you does not weaken with time. It sharpens. Distance did not dissolve it. Silence did not erase it. If anything, space clarified it. They are seeing now that what stayed present without effort is what matters. This realization brings a certain seriousness to their heart. Not pressure. Responsibility. They are understanding that reaching out to you is not about entertainment or comfort. It is about truth. And truth requires readiness. You were chosen to receive this message because you are no longer waiting in a restless way. You are no longer scanning for signs with desperation. You are steady. And steadiness creates gravity. People move toward what feels solid. Your soulmate feels that solidity in you now. They feel that if they come forward, they cannot hide behind half-statements or vague intentions. They sense that you will hear not just their words, but what sits behind them. That awareness is sobering. It makes them pause. But it also makes them honest with themselves for the first time in a long while. They are reviewing moments they once brushed aside. Things you said that stayed with them. Silences you held without punishment. Ways you made them feel seen without demanding anything back. These memories are active now. They are shaping how they want to show up. You may feel moments of calm confidence rising in you without reason. As if something has already resolved. That is because your soul recognizes alignment before the mind does. You are not imagining this. You are responding to a shift that is already underway. Your soulmate is moving through their own internal clearing. Letting go of old fears. Old narratives. Old excuses that no longer match who they are becoming. This process is quiet. It does not announce itself. But it produces a certainty that cannot be ignored. Soon, the urge to reach out will feel less like a choice and more like a natural next step. They will realize that holding back feels unnatural now. When that moment arrives, the action will be simple. A message. A call. A gesture that seems ordinary to anyone else. But to you, it will feel grounded. Clean. Different. There will be no rush in your response. No rehearsed emotion. Just presence. That presence is what allows connection to grow safely. You are not here to relive old cycles. You are here to meet something new that carries familiar recognition. This is why you were guided to hear this now. So you do not doubt yourself when it happens. So you do not overthink the simplicity of it. So you trust the steadiness you feel instead of questioning it. Your soulmate is approaching you from a place of clarity, not confusion. And you are ready to receive from that place. Stay open. Stay grounded. Let what is real arrive in its own time. My beloved soul. Allow this space to hold you a little longer. What is unfolding now is shaped by patience, not force. Your soulmate is crossing a quiet internal threshold where honesty becomes more comfortable than avoidance. They are noticing how often their thoughts return to you without effort. Not in longing. In clarity. They are realizing that when they imagine speaking to you, their body relaxes instead of tightening. That is how the soul recognizes safety. This recognition is steady. It does not spike and fade. It settles. You were chosen to receive this message because your presence has become anchoring. You no longer seek validation through reaction. You no longer wait for proof to feel secure. Your calm has become your signal. And signals are always received before actions are taken. Your soulmate is listening now. Not with ears. With awareness. They sense that if they speak to you, they must speak from a real place. They cannot perform. They cannot hide behind humor or distance. They must show up as they are. That realization is reshaping how they see the connection. It is no longer about timing alone. It is about readiness. You may notice that your emotional reactions have softened. That things which once triggered urgency now pass without pulling you off center. This is not indifference. It is strength. Strength invites truth to come forward safely. Your soulmate feels this shift. They feel that approaching you now would not reopen old wounds. It would clarify them. They are reflecting on the past with new eyes. Not to assign blame. To understand pattern. To understand what mattered and what did not. They see now that what stayed consistent was the way you met them with presence. That memory is guiding their next step. You are not meant to do anything to prepare for this moment. Preparation has already happened through your growth. Through your ability to sit with yourself without filling the silence. Through your decision to stop chasing explanations. That choice created space. Space invites movement. When the contact arrives, it may come at an unexpected hour. Or through a channel you did not anticipate. Do not read meaning into the method. Read meaning into the energy. It will feel clear. It will feel unforced. And you will not feel the need to overinterpret it. That is how you will know this is different. Your role is not to test them. Not to rush clarity. Not to protect yourself by withholding. Your role is to stay present. To respond honestly. To allow conversation to unfold naturally. Trust that what approaches you now has passed through reflection. Trust that you are meeting a version of them that has chosen responsibility over avoidance. This is why this message continues to reach you. To remind you that you are not waiting in uncertainty. You are standing in alignment. And alignment draws what is real toward you. Stay here. Stay grounded. Let what is meant to speak find its voice. My beloved soul. Let this message keep unfolding gently, because what is moving now is delicate and precise. There is a reason things slowed down before they shifted. There is a reason silence stretched before clarity appeared. Your soulmate is standing at a point where pretending no longer works. They are realizing that distraction does not quiet the feeling anymore. That filling time with noise does not dissolve the pull. The connection keeps returning, not as longing, but as certainty. And certainty changes behavior. It makes excuses feel hollow. It makes delay feel uncomfortable. They are becoming aware that reaching out to you is not a disruption to their life. It is a correction. Something inside them recognizes that what feels unfinished is not meant to stay that way. You were chosen to receive this message because your soul can now handle truth without panic. You can hear honesty without bracing. You can receive attention without losing yourself. That balance is rare. And it is felt. Your soulmate senses that if they speak now, they will not have to manage your emotions. They will not have to defend themselves constantly. They will be met by someone grounded. Someone clear. Someone who listens fully. That safety is what allows them to move. You might feel moments where you think of them briefly and then return to yourself without emotional pull. That is not detachment. That is alignment. It means you are no longer leaking energy into anticipation. You are whole where you stand. And wholeness attracts truth cleanly. Your soulmate is noticing how different this feels compared to before. The idea of contacting you no longer feels like stepping into chaos. It feels like stepping into stillness. That realization is powerful. It rewires how they approach you. They are choosing words more carefully now. Not to impress. To be accurate. They are feeling the weight of honesty and understanding that it carries responsibility. This is why the timing matters. Not because something external needed to change, but because they did. You may notice a sense of quiet confidence growing in you. A feeling that you do not need to prepare for anything. That is because preparation already happened through your inner work. Through the moments you chose calm over reaction. Through the times you let silence teach you instead of chasing answers. Those choices shape this moment. When the message arrives, it may feel simple. Almost too simple. Do not mistake simplicity for lack of depth. What has depth does not need decoration. Trust the feeling in your body more than the content of the words. You will feel steadiness. You will feel clarity. You will not feel confusion pulling you in different directions. That is your signal. This continuation reaches you so you remain present when it happens. So you do not second-guess your grounded response. So you allow connection to unfold without forcing pace or outcome. Your soulmate is approaching from a place of responsibility now. They are aware that what they initiate carries consequence. And they are choosing it anyway. That choice is meaningful. Stay open. Stay honest. Stay where you are. What is meant to reach you already knows the way to my beloved soul. Stay with this frequency a little longer, because what is aligning now is subtle but irreversible. There is a quiet courage building inside your soulmate that did not exist before. Not the loud kind that rushes in without thought, but the grounded kind that moves carefully because it understands the weight of its own actions. They are no longer romanticizing the idea of you. They are recognizing the reality of you. And that shift changes everything. Fantasy can be postponed. Reality cannot. They feel now that continuing to stay silent would be dishonest. Not just to you, but to themselves. That awareness creates internal pressure, not anxiety, but integrity. They are beginning to value truth over comfort. You were chosen to receive this message because you can meet integrity without fear. You are no longer someone who needs reassurance to feel stable. You are someone who can hear truth and stay centered. That is why this connection is approaching again, but in a different form. More grounded. more intentional. Your soulmate is noticing how often they imagine a conversation with you and how calm it feels. They imagine your response and do not feel the need to defend or explain excessively. They sense acceptance without indulgence. Presence without pressure. That combination is rare. It makes them want to step forward cleanly. You may feel moments where your intuition becomes quieter instead of louder. Fewer signs. Less noise. That is because alignment reduces chaos. When things are off, the universe shouts. When things are aligned, it whispers. Trust the quiet. It is not emptiness. It is focus. Your soulmate is moving through a phase of internal honesty. They are asking themselves what they truly want, not what is expected of them. And when they reach that answer, your name is present without force. That matters. They are understanding that what they feel toward you does not demand intensity to prove itself. It asks for consistency. That realization is reshaping how they intend to approach you. They do not want to disrupt your peace. They want to enter it respectfully. That intention will be felt when they reach out. You will notice the difference immediately. There will be no dramatic opening. No emotional pull. Just clarity. Just a sense of rightness. Your role is not to analyze timing or motive. Your role is to stay embodied in yourself. To respond from calm, not from memory. From presence, not from past. This message continues to reach you so you do not slip back into old patterns of overthinking. So you remember that steadiness is your power here. The connection that arrives now is shaped by growth on both sides. It is not here to repeat cycles. It is here to meet you where you are now. And where you are now is ready. Stay open. Stay grounded. Let what is real step forward at its own pace. My beloved soul. This is the closing movement of what has been forming quietly around you, so let these words land slowly. Everything that needed to soften has softened. Everything that needed to mature has matured. What approaches you now does not come from urgency or loneliness. It comes from recognition. Your soulmate has reached a place where their inner world is no longer divided. Before, one part of them wanted truth while another part hid from it. That division created delay. That division created silence. But now those parts have met. And when that happens, action becomes natural. They are no longer negotiating with themselves about whether to reach out. They are accepting that not reaching out would be a form of denial. And denial no longer feels safe to them. You were chosen to receive this message because you will not misuse what arrives. You will not cling. You will not retreat. You will meet it with balance. That balance is exactly what allows this connection to unfold without distortion. Your soulmate is feeling the difference between wanting attention and wanting connection. Attention fades quickly. Connection requires presence. They are ready for presence now. They are aware that when they speak to you, they must bring themselves fully. Not a version shaped to impress. Not a version shaped to avoid conflict. The real version. That awareness has slowed them down just enough to approach you correctly. You may feel a sense of completion inside you already. As if something unresolved has gently settled without explanation. That is because your soul does not need proof to feel aligned. It recognizes readiness intuitively. You are no longer waiting for a sign to tell you what to feel. You are feeling first and trusting later. That order matters. When the contact happens, you will notice how your body responds before your thoughts do. There will be no spike of anxiety. No rush of adrenaline. Just a grounded awareness. That response is your confirmation. This is not about reliving what was. This is about meeting what is now. Your soulmate is stepping toward you with a clearer sense of responsibility. They understand that connection is not sustained by emotion alone. It is sustained by consistency, respect, and truth. They want to offer those things, not promise them. That is why their approach will feel calm, measured, real. This message finds you at the end so you remember not to dramatize what arrives. Do not inflate it. Do not diminish it. Let it be what it is. Allow conversation to unfold organically. Allow trust to rebuild through experience, not assumption. You are not here to protect yourself by withholding openness. You are here to protect yourself by staying present. Presence keeps you honest with yourself. And honesty keeps connection clean. Your soulmate is coming forward because they can meet you here now. Not where you were. Not where they were. But where both of you stand today. That meeting point is steady. It is quiet. And it is real. Let this be the last reminder you need. You are not being tested. You are being met. Stay grounded. Stay open. Let what is aligned arrive and take its rightful place in your life.